Hi everybody, hope you're all well, and welcome to another episode of Shearer Smokes. And you join me up what we call the Mill Green in Dollar, which is my hometown. The Mill Green is part of the glen that leads up to the Castle Campbell. You may remember I did an episode a few months ago outside the castle, and the river behind me is what flows down from the two burns, Burn of Sorrow, Burn of Care, which join together just past the castle. And this in turn then flows into the River Devon, which is the spot I was at a few days ago. Been really lucky with the weather today. I actually thought I was going to have to be doing this episode from my armchair in the cigar lounge. But the cigar gods and the pipe gods have come together, and the sun has come out, and decided to come up here with my son Boyd. I've given him the day off from Cameron duties, so he's off exploring just further down the river here. So it's nice. It's just coming on till late afternoon. It's Friday, and as luck would have it, it's my last day off, and back to work tomorrow for the full weekend. So it's worked out really nicely, which is great. Before I go on to what I'm smoking, I need to give a quick shout out to a couple of people. I had a technical issue on my last episode there, where a couple of guys tried to leave a comment but weren't able to do so. I was able to see the comment myself, but I was unable to reply. One being Gary, old and in the way. Thankfully I've got Gary's email, so I was able to contact him in person. So it's nice chatting with you, Gary. And the other is Steve, smoking cardboard. And hopefully at some point Steve will pass by and tune in. And Steve, if you do, then please contact me on my email, which should be in my bio. I'll double check that before putting it up. If not, I shall put the email in the description. But I think it's there in my bio. If you contact me on that, Steve, it would be great to catch up with you. So yeah, that's the technical issues dealt with. I hate not being able to respond to the comments, because I really appreciate people taking time out to watch the videos firstly, and even more so to leave some really nice comments. And talking of comments, there's one came in today on an older video from 13 Pipes, and as it worked out, he was actually the 13th person to comment or like the video, which was quite surprising. And even more surprising is that I was having a sort through with my pipe collection as it's starting to grow a little bit since I started in April, and I now actually stand at 13 pipes in the collection. So if you're into those kind of analogies that happen in the world these days, then yeah, that is of some interest. So thanks to 13 Pipes for his kind words. So what am I smoking, and what am I smoking it with? Well, it is of course the Country Gentleman Cob. This is the second pipe that I bought when I first started pipe smoking back in April, and this one came from the Danish pipe shop, and I just love the kind of finish on the bowl. It's a great size as well, and I love going back to these. Even the original Cob that I first bought, as we all know, they smoke really, really well. As for what's in the bowl, well, another interesting blend and another first for me. And it's all thanks to my good friend Smoky Dan, who had sent me a couple of samples. And this one is the Waterloo mixture, number 2. And it dates back to 2018, so a bit of age on it, which is really nice. Made by Freeburg and Traer, and I'm hoping I've pronounced that correctly. It's a very interesting blend, described as a mild English blend. So this is a kind of first for me, as it's an introduction to the sort of Latakia blends. I did have a wee bit of research and the blend is made up of Latakia, as I mentioned, and Virginias in a ribbon cut. There's also, I believe, some black Cavendish through it as well. Now, on opening the pouch and still when I transferred it over to my container, the smell in first opening, it reminded me a lot of the Squadron Leader or the Bothy Flake. It has that kind of campfire smokiness to it. There's also that kind of sweetness that comes through as well, which I really like. And yeah, it's nice. This is the second bowl I've had. I had one indoors yesterday, just because of the weather. And I thought I'd try this one outside, and it's working really nice. As I said, I did a bit of research, and it seems to, it's one of those blends that seem to split into two camps. There's people that either rave about it, or ones that have tried it and thought, yeah, it's fine, wouldn't recommend it. I don't know. This is as I said, it's my second bowl, and I like it. It's a nice, for me anyway, it's a nice introduction to the sort of Latakia blends. So yeah, it's a nice choice. So thanks again, Dan. Enjoying this one. So weather-wise, apart from today, it's been a bit, it's been a bit hit and miss really. I was on a 3-day off spell, and I'm just glad I got out on my last day off. But in between times, I've had a really nice pipe perf with Smoky Dan and a couple of guys from the Ashole Cigars Club. And it went really well. And obviously, throughout the last year with the restrictions, pipe herfs and cigar herfs online became a big thing. And it was really interesting, and Dan and I speak about this often, about how there is a difference in those type of herfs between the cigar and the pipe herf. The cigar herf there's always a lot of chat going on in between puffs, but with a pipe, there's still a bit of chat obviously, but there seems to be a bigger gap in between where you're just at one with your pipe and just contemplating your thoughts, what you're smoking. And it works. So so enjoyed that catch up with Dan during the week, and with the rest of the guys. I did have another catch up on Wednesday. It was a cigar catch up with my good buddy Stuart. We went to primary school together, so we started smoking cigars together. So he came round for a little visit. He wasn't in the mood for smoking, but he did bring a nice whiskey along with him, and this is what he brought. So yes, that's the Adelphi, an interesting whiskey as it's an independent bottler. They also do private casks. A blended whiskey coming in at 40%, and on pouring it and doing the aroma test, I don't know, I'm not a great whiskey drinker. My friend Stuart, he's right into his whiskies. And the ones that he's brought in the past, I've always detected that kind of fruitiness right away. This one was slightly different. It was more of at first I thought a chemical almost smell, but now I realised it was more a metallic, which thankfully didn't come across in the tasting. Tasting wise, a little hint of caramel came through. There was also just a wee hint of vanilla. Very, very nice, very smooth, very mellow whiskey to drink. So it was nice. But I just love the label. I think it dates back to the 1800s when it was first known as Loch Catrin Adelphi Distillery. It's quite an interesting history. If you check out their website, it gives you a lot more detail. It's got an interesting timeline which fills you in on all the historical facts surrounding it, which is good. Which is good to check out if you're into your whiskey. But I just love the label. I think the label's cracking, and here's a little close-up of it. So yeah, a nice label, which I do like. But it being the October week, of course, the schools here in the UK have been off, so it's been good having my days off midweek, as my son came over to stay, and he produced a little bit of artwork for me for my collection, and I'll just pop a picture in. Here it is here. Yeah, another nice bit of artwork from Boyd, picturing me as a pipe smoking sailor, and I love the drawing. But in my head, I always see myself as more of this kind of style of pipe smoking sailor. I do love that drawing. I especially love the design of the pipe. So there's some great artwork there, and as I said, another one for the collection. We also did a bit of pumpkin carvery last night, and here's a little shot of that. Yeah, so all in all, it's been a great couple of days off, despite the weather. And to finish my time off in an afternoon like this, with a nice bowl of some really nice tobacco, and one of my early pipes. Yeah, it's a good finish. It's a good finish to my time off, and recharges the batteries for heading back to work tomorrow. So I think that's a decent enough place to end. I hope you've all had a great week. Enjoy the upcoming weekend. I'm off again, I think, midweek next week, so weather permitting, hopefully I'll be out and about. And if I am, hopefully you'll join me on that adventure. But until then, as I said, enjoy the weekend. And my name's Shearer. Enjoy yourselves.